Hey guys, welcome back to T2's Barbecue YouTube. Today we're going to be doing some scalloped potatoes. We're making scalloped potatoes from scratch. We're going to do a little experiment in the kitchen today, and wanted to make sure that you guys were a part of it. You can see what we're doing, and then I'll make sure I post up the recipe. So if you like what you see, remember, like, subscribe, click the little bell so you get a notification. Alright guys, well, we're starting out. I've got some butter here that I've melted and brought up to a simmer. And I'm going to add some shredded onion, and just gonna, it's not going to take long with this being shredded out like that. We're going to heat it up, get it transluced, and then after we get our onion there, we're going to add some garlic. This is a garlic parm scalloped potato. You can find recipes online. You can find some recipes online. Basically, what I've done is I've found 3 or 4. I've gone through, I picked out what sounds best to me, and I'm trying to bring them all together into a single recipe. And so we'll see how it works out, see how it works for us, and I'll make sure that the recipe is in the details section. So let's see, we're starting to come back to a simmer here. Alright, we've got our onions at a good heavy rolling saute here, and now we're going to add in our garlic. This is like I said, this is heavy on the garlic. This is actually 3 tablespoons. And all we want to do is just saute this long enough to let it start to become fragrant. And then we're gonna add in our flour and start building a roux. Actually, I'm going to add in my seasonings. Oh yeah, the garlic's starting to turn on now. I'm going to add in my seasonings, which is a little paprika, some restaurant black pepper, Tony's, and a little ranch seasoning. Alright, let's get that in the pot. And I know you guys have heard me say Tony's because Tony's makes everything better. And I thought about it the other day. I should probably tell you guys that Tony's, I use Tony's as a salt substitute. It does have salt in it, but you got to be careful. So you got to be careful with it for that reason. But at the same time, it's got a little spice to it. All right, I think I'm gonna trade in my spoon for a whisk. And I'm adding milk and heavy whipping cream, and I'm going to work this, try to get everything smoothed out, and then we're going to cook it until it starts to thicken just a little bit, and we'll bring you guys back shortly and let you see it. Alright guys, so we brought this back to we've heated this up a little bit, and we've got as you can see, it's thickening up really nicely. So now what we're going to do, we're going to put our sauce over our potatoes and mix it in, and then we will once we get it mixed, we'll start working it into the pans, and we'll show you that here in just a couple of minutes. Well, as you can see, I've got my lovely assistant, Miss Dana, over here working with me. She does an excellent job. You can look at hers and tell that her pan looks prettier than mine. Hers is actually nice and flat and even, where mine was kind of mounded up in the center. But hey, it's they're all gonna bake off. We're still putting them together, and we'll show them to you guys here in just a few minutes. I think we've got one more layer of potatoes to go on each pan, and she did remind me to tell you guys that the pans are buttered before we ever start, so that you don't have to worry about sticking. And who doesn't like butter on their potatoes? So we'll be right back with you and let you see them before they go into the oven. Alright guys, as you can see, we've got our pans put together, finished off with a nice layer of cheddar, a little bit of parm, and now what we're going to do is we're going to put a lid on, put it into our oven, which is preheated at 375, bake it for an hour, and then we'll take the lids off and give it probably take about another half an hour to get all the potatoes cooked all the way through, nice and tender, and we want to see just a little color on the top. So when they come out of the oven, we'll bring you back, might even do a little sample tasting. Alright guys, so after an hour and a half and the place smelling good, we have our potatoes out of the oven, and here you are. We're still a little bit warm, but they look really good, they smell really good, and here in a little bit we'll put together a sampler and let you know how it turned out. Alright guys, well, we got our potatoes done, and while the potatoes were cooking, we slipped out and did some boneless country style ribs. So we got our potatoes plated up, and so let's see what we got. Well, they're nice and tender. Definitely some cheese with them. The garlic stands out. You get a little bit of the paprika that we put in there. That's a pretty good recipe, guys. I'll make sure that that I get all the details posted.